Yo, what's up, guys? C-Jax back with another video. I'm going to take a sip of my libation here. Give me a second. Oh, that's dead. Well, while we're on the subject of libations, I am going to tell you guys something very important, because not only do I love you, but I respect you. And I'm going to tell you the truth, that Cody Rhodes' championship reign has been atrocious, and he's an unmitigated disaster that has partly ruined WWE. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. And there ain't going to be nothing political about it, so I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Let's start now. Now, one thing that needs to be addressed effective immediately is that Cody Rhodes' story is over. It's over. He won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40. Congratulations to the actual man behind the character Cody Rhodes and his family and everything with him and his father. Amazing stuff. But in the actual storyline of him finishing his story, nothing has happened since that is important, engaging, intriguing, or actually great with his character. There hasn't been any real growth, there hasn't been any real changes, and there hasn't been any real reason for me to actually consider this guy a great champion. Therefore, there is a solid chance that Cody Rhodes is probably going to go down as one of, if not the worst WWE champion in the history of WWE. Now, the reason for that is because of the promise of the new era at WrestleMania 40, which, again, I went to night 2 of WrestleMania 40, okay, and I heard Stephanie McMahon. She went out there and she spoke about the Paul Levesque era and the Triple H era, and Triple H said it himself too at WrestleMania, and even after WrestleMania, the night after, they do a whole ceremony for Cody Rhodes, and they promised they were ushering in the new era, the new stance, the new stories, the new generation, the Paul Levesque era, the Renaissance era, all of these different eras. But you know what this era really is? It's the jobber era, because despite all of these different promises, and they told us this was going to happen and that was going to happen, and Cody Rhodes was promised to be a fighting champion, we were promised to get new and engaging and amazing stories all around the WWE, and all we have gotten since then is disappointing championship reign after disappointing championship reign, after botched match, after botched segment, after garbage promo. That is all we have gotten from WWE for the last 8 months in the majority. You have a couple bright spots, but for the majority, it's been a disaster. Cody Rhodes was promised to be ushering in this new era as the new quote-unquote captain of WWE who took the John Cena schedule. Now, let me ask you a question. How many championship defenses do you think that someone with the John Cena schedule, which remember, Cena used to be on the show every single week, sometimes on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, fighting people, defending the championship, and on top of that, he also used to be at all the pay-per-views, right, in his prime. So how in the world is Cody Rhodes considered a John Cena schedule guy when he has 7 championship defenses in over 250 days? What is the reasoning there? So that's one lie in the books. The second lie, he was going to be a fighting champion. Cody Rhodes has at best 6, maybe 5 full matches on SmackDown since being over there since WrestleMania 40. And what has he done in those matches? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Roman Reigns defends the championship, 4 or 5 times in 2023, and everyone's losing their minds. They're freaking out. But Cody Rhodes defends the championship 6 or 7 times in 2024, and everyone's saying he's a fighting champion, and a fighting champion that doesn't defend his title. How does this make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. But WWE feeds you lies and bad narratives that make you think that things are actually going well. The business is the best it's ever been. Cody, you're the workhorse. Cody, you're the captain. Cody took the Cena schedule. How about Cody's a jobber? Cody's a moron. And his championship reign has been atrocious. Going on to the next possible thing that WWE did with this championship reign. When they promised there would be a new era, they also promised that a new era was coming in terms of the quality. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as everybody is concerned, Roman Reigns' championship reign is 15 to 20 times better than Cody Rhodes' championship reign is. And this isn't even a discussion. If you were going to tell me that this is going to be the newest and the best era and the hottest WWE has ever been, and we lead into a championship reign that's worse than the one that we just got, how are we in a better era? How are we in a better era? It's not unfair to compare Roman, who had a 4-year reign, to Cody, who's only had a year reign so far. You know why? Because WWE told us this was going to be the best reign of all time. They told us this was going to be a masterpiece. They said it's a new era. So if I can't compare the supposed masterpiece, great new Renaissance, Rhea, I took your title. I took it down. I'm sorry, I had to go on a rant there, but you get what I'm saying. If this era is touted to be the amazing Renaissance, beautiful, amazing era, why in the world can I not compare it to something else that was amazing like Roman's championship reign? Cody's title reign hasn't even been better than Seth Rollins' world championship reign. Are you out of your mind? Dusty? Come on. And for those of you that are already upset and saying, oh, well, it's not his fault, it's Triple H and the booking, it's this, it's that. It's whether it's the booking, whether it's Cody Rhodes, whether it's his storylines, his feuds, his promos, whatever it may be, his championship reign and his performance this year has been atrocious. So no matter what excuses you throw out there, it does not matter. And if you're really that upset and Cody's your hero and the American Nightmare, and you're crying like Samantha Irvin when he wins a match, then guess what? There's two things you can do about this video. Nothing and like it. And a question that I had to ask myself and that multiple people should be asking themselves, where has the viewership gone? In Roman Reigns' rise as the tribal chief, SmackDown was getting consistent in the middle, of the 2 millions range. It went up from like 2.1 to like consistently like 2.3 to 2.6. And even from the Mania run this year, from the Mania 40, even the Mania to 39 run, he was doing great numbers like 2.6, 2.7 consistently. Obviously, those are boosted by The Rock. But even then, Roman Reigns is still a big superstar even of his own right? But once Cody took the championship in April, if you don't want to look up the article for yourself, just DM me on Instagram and I'll literally show you the article. The viewership on SmackDown went from a consistent 2.4 over the last few years, or 2.5 in that range, 2.5, 2.7, all that stuff, right? It went down to a consistent 2.3 to 2.2 to 2.1, somewhere in that range. You lost hundreds of thousands of viewers. And then you go to USA Network and you're struggling to pull 1.6 million viewers consistently, and you're telling me that this is a new Renaissance era on the back of Cody Rhodes. If it was really on his back, then it should be doing good, but it's not. Roman Reigns is the reason that the SmackDown ratings and the Bloodline stuff was boosting SmackDown to a level that it hadn't seen in a couple years, because 2018 and 2019 were disasters for the company. But the fact is that the facts are right in front of your face. If this era is so great, and this guy's supposed to be bringing us all these great gifts, and he's going to make WWE amazing in this renaissance, but it's not happening, then what is he there for? What is he there for? If you're not making it better, you're not changing anything for the better, and you're not better than any other dudes who had the title before you, what are you accomplishing? That is the point of Cody Rhodes' championship reign being atrocious, and we're just getting started. You know what? Let me get, man, come here. We're not done yet. We're just getting started. And now this is the main point of the video. We've already established why the narrative of him being the captain and the workhorse and the Renaissance era and all this other stuff that he was promised to bring us, and he was promised to deliver us on this amazing era, and it hasn't happened. That's already all a lie, and it's been an absolute disaster and a failure, and the viewership has declined because of it. Now you also have the fact that Cody Rhodes' championship reign has genuinely just been awful. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. What has happened in this championship reign that you can look back at and be like, wow, that was a masterpiece? Like, you can look back, for example, at Seth Rollins' World Championship reign, which I don't even think was amazing, but it was at least solid or good. You can look back and be like, wow, his matches versus Drew McIntyre were amazing. Wow, Seth Rollins did a great job really ushering in this new championship and kind of developing it. Wow, Seth Rollins was defending his title nearly every week and on every PLE like an actual workhorse champion. Wow, Seth Rollins was cutting way better promos than Cody Rhodes ever has in his life. These are things that Seth Rollins was delivering inside of his title reign. Cody Rhodes is not even half of Seth Rollins' World Championship reign. And this guy is expected to be the captain of the industry. The wrestling industry, the North Star of the wrestling industry is the WWE title that my father Dusty never won. And then I proceeded to win it and do even worse with it than anybody who's ever had it, because I am a libation jobber of the libation station. Anyways, Cody Rhodes' championship reign has been atrocious. There's nothing you can look back at in his reign and be like, wow, that was phenomenal. Wow, that match was absolutely magnificent. One of the best matches I've ever seen. Or wow, this is one of the best promo segments I've ever seen. Cody Rhodes does not cut good promos. Every single promo is the same thing. I've said it for months, and I'm gonna do it again because I know you love it, you like it, whether you like it, you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, you're gonna hear it anyways. I respect you, I love you, and there's nothing political about it. But my father, Dusty, didn't want me to be Stardust, so I made my own path, and now I'm here. So let's take a look at the people up there, down there, in the middle, up there, down there. We have a great crowd over here. So, what do you want to talk about? Really? Really? Are you kidding me? This is a disaster. Nobody actually thinks that Cody Rhodes' championship reign has been good. Why? Because he hasn't had any good feuds. Kevin Owens and him are actually having a decent program. But why is the program decent? Because Randy Orton got injured, and because Kevin Owens' work as a heel the last few months has been incredible. Cody Rhodes had one good promo a few weeks ago. Outside of that, what has he done? What has he done to elevate this feud? Please, somebody show me. What did he do to elevate the AJ Styles feud, the Logan Paul feud, the Solo Sikoa feud, which was only done in service of bringing Roman Reigns back and having him return at SummerSlam? What did he do at Bad Blood in his own hometown? He was the second to last person to come out because they knew Roman was the main event in his own home city. Roman Reigns came out last and Cody Rhodes came out first. Why do you think this is? Because he's not what they say he is. No matter what Triple H says, no matter what somebody else says, I do not care. Cody Rhodes is not that guy. None of these feuds have been elevated by him. He has not gone the extra mile on the mic. How many promos can you genuinely sit there and tell yourself, wow, Cody Rhodes cut a phenomenal promo right here? How many times have you said that during this title reign? Once? And he's there allegedly every single week, and the only thing you can say about his promos is that you've seen him cut 1 or 2 good promos in 8 months. Are you out of your mind? And you actually think this is a good championship reign? After we've seen Cena, we've seen Rock, we've seen Austin, we've seen Hunter. When I say Hunter, I mean Paul. We've seen Paul Levesque, we've seen Edge, we've seen Jericho, we've seen Roman Reigns, we've seen Seth Rollins. We have seen all of these people come and go with great championship reigns. We've seen CM Punk. I can't stop thinking about Punk. We've seen Punk come through and have a good year-long championship reign. And Cody Rhodes has not lived up to any of those championship reigns. But we're sitting here saying he's the captain of the industry. Since when has there been a captain of the industry that's not even the best superstar in his own show? Huh? How is that possible? It doesn't make any sense. The promos have been atrocious. The matches have been nearly non-existent. I mean, he's only had 6 or 7 title defenses in 250 days. So what am I supposed to do with that garbage? What am I supposed to do with it? Seriously, somebody please show me what I'm supposed to do with that. I would say that he's had a couple good matches here and there, but a couple good matches in 8 months for a supposed workhorse who's there wrestling and defending his title like a fighting champion, the Cena schedule, the captain, and that's all we have to say is 6 title defenses. That's it. And as far as I'm concerned, the bottom line is this. If you are not contributing or developing or branching out anything new, if you are not doing anything overwhelmingly great after you take the title from someone who is overwhelmingly great nearly every single time he was on the show or on a PLE, that means that you are detracting from the company. That's why hundreds of thousands of people stopped watching SmackDown as much as they normally did. And then when they switched to USA, the viewership still continued to drop. Because why? Roman wasn't there the first couple, or he was on the premiere or something like that, but he was on and off TV, and then Cody Rhodes, he took over, and became the champion. Roman took his 4-month break up until SummerSlam, and that's what you got. That's what you got. You have lower viewership than you've ever seen. The Attitude Era numbers used to rival Monday Night Football. Now Monday Night Raw can't even fight with the views of like Ninja. Are you kidding me? Stop it. It's ridiculous. No hate to Ninja because I like Ninja. You know what I'm saying? Ninja's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Great streamer, great everything. I mean, Ninja's amazing. Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade. You know what I'm saying? But Ninja is just, the fact that he's able to outdraw Cody Rhodes is absurd. And because of him constantly bringing down the product and releasing and making some of the worst segments and promos I've ever seen in my life, and on top of that, because of all the, the pressure and everything that was put in the expectations that we were given by Triple H and Cody Rhodes themselves, they said this. Cody Rhodes has said multiple times, I'm the captain, I have the North Star of the wrestling industry, I'm the American Nightmare, I've revamped, I feel like I'm the best in the world, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, show it, and you haven't. That is what happens. They set these expectations all themselves. WWE set this expectation for themselves. So don't get mad at me and say some things like, oh, well, your expectations are too high because Roman just had the belt. No, I don't want to hear that, bruh. They set the expectations themselves, and they're not delivering through it. And that is exactly why his championship reign has felt largely meaningless. When you look back at 2024, you are going to look at these main things. Number one is the run that the final boss had leading up to Mania 40, which helped to elevate Cody Rhodes. But if you look at the first 4 months, no one is going to remember anything Cody did besides winning the actual championship. People are going to remember The Rock's Instagram promos, The Rock bloodying Cody Rhodes and beating that dude with Mama Rhodes' belt. Boom! You know what I'm saying? The final boss. They're going to remember that. They're going to remember Roman Reigns' historic championship reign coming to an end. They're going to remember CM Punk and Drew McIntyre having a great feud. It lost some steam, but it ended up ended as good, but it was a good feud with a very good Hell in a Cell match. They're going to remember the prime of Liv and Rhea's storyline heading into SummerSlam. They're going to remember LA Knight winning his first championship. Kevin Owens, pretending like he's the WWE champion. New Day having one of the greatest heel turn segments in the history of professional wrestling. Things of that that nature. Nobody is going to be sitting back and thinking about Cody Rhodes' Nobody Cares match versus Logan Paul at King of the Ring, or his Nobody Cares match with Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam, or his Nobody Cares match with Kevin Owens at Saturday Night Main Event or at Bash in Berlin. Nobody's going to care about any promos he's cut this year. No feuds, none of that, because he has largely felt meaningless compared to all the other things I just mentioned, because he is not the true captain and he is not a good champion. If you have the most, quote-unquote, most important prize in the company, but a peppered necklace for the bloodline, the Ulafala, and a bracelet with CM Punk's wife and dog's name on it is more crucial and more vital to fans' entertainment and the intrigue of WWE's main storylines more than you are with the WWE Championship, you are not that guy. And I don't want to ever hear anybody try and convince me that Cody Rhodes is a great champion or a supposed legendary guy or the captain or the face of the WWE. You have to be delusional. If you believe that Cody is the face of the WWE, you're lying. If you believe he's the captain of the industry, you're lying. If you believe he's better than Roman Reigns, you're lying. If you believe he had a good championship reign and is having a good championship reign, you're lying. And if you believe 100% that he is the face of this industry and is having a phenomenal year, and that he has brought WWE back to this renaissance, new, amazing era, you're lying. Cody Rhodes' championship reign has been and is going to continue to be until something else happens or The Rock elevates him or something. It is going to continue to be a second fiddle to other storylines, and it's going to continue to be an unmitigated disaster that continues to be boring, awful, empty, meaningless, dumb, trash, and absolutely egregiously, historically awful. Now, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this rant. And as always, peace out. Deuces. Ooses. One love. Yeet.